There are so many of us today who can be number 8 in a mandate, and you are better than many number 1s. Look at God's servant, Pastor David Abioye. A faithful follower. A fulfilled, faithful follower. Look at Reverend Tom of Christ Embassy. A fulfilled, faithful follower. They have general overseers as their sons. But you can do anything. You don't care what you do. There are certain fundamental truths. It's not your calling. Don't bother about it. Line up and get fulfilled. I stand on the altar and I tell you things. I'm not a perfect person. I made mistakes. And I don't want you to make them. I was preaching the word of life, Papa Ayo's church, for many years. And there were some people that came around and started preaching on that platform too. I didn't want to be seen preaching with them. So I got angry. I stepped aside. There were no issues. There were no issues. My wife is here. She asked me over time, my own wife, what's going on? I said, nothing is going on. You run down a minister for your wife, run down things to your wife, run down. So she has no honor for anybody because you have destroyed them. I said, nothing. I just want to be alone. For years, I wouldn't go there. One day, I was praying, asking God for certain things. And said, Lord, I don't want to be found wanting. I don't want anything in my life that will stop me from the rapture. Check me. Look at me. And the Lord said, no. If the trumpet sounds now, there's a fault. I said, me? What have I done? He said, be in prayers. I was praying. He said, go and call Papa Ayo. It made impact in your life when nobody wanted you. When nobody accepted you. Send for him. Honor him. For the rest of his life, as I keep him alive, honor him. He has become your responsibility. Listen, God didn't tell me, don't get me wrong, because I have some stories. Which one is now Apostle Suleman's father? He prostrated to greet. I will honor any father I see. That your parents did train you well, must you extend it to others? No, it's the truth. I know you have an abusive background, but let it be between us. Privatize your abusive background. Let's don't. I know you have no home training as a blogger. I know. As a YouTuber, I know you have no sense, but let it be between you and I. Don't make it public that you are a meme. How is that your business? The Lord said to me, honor. And I look back. The role that he played. I went to Dr. Fide. I went on my face. And he said, what happened? I said, Papa, I don't have any explanation. Devil. I went fast on my face. I said, nah, devil. He said, stand up. I said, no. It's devil. Devil. Papa, cast out the devil. Cast out the devil. I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry, sir. That was it. I had peace. A pastor raised his PA, sent him to Bible school, raised him up. The guy started his ministry, left this pastor, and was putting Bishop T.D. Jakes as his mentor. He doesn't know T.D. Jakes. He has never seen P.D. Jakes. Now, even if he doesn't know him, he has not seen him, God can lead him to him. But the man who raised him was not referenced. Some of you in your biography, you never mention people that affected you because you feel your current level is too much to identify with them. A butterfly that thinks himself a bird. Eh? This way we make mistakes. God tells you, you are in the ministry, God tells you, I'm sending you somewhere, this is the person, because of this assignment I have for you, this is who should be your cover. Because with this assignment, this current person doesn't have the mandate to cover you. Because of this assignment, tell this current person, this is what God is saying. I need you to release me to go and submit to this person. He may be angry initially, but if you have done well, I've seen fathers of people call me and say, this is my son. Said God is leading him to you. Accept him. I said, what an introduction. Someone have come to me. It was a son here. That God said he should submit to Papa Adeboye directly. I released him. I released him. I said, I release you. He was here. And I released. He said, that's the revelation he has been. Now, who am I to stand in the way of revelation? I blessed him. I released him. I said, you are free. The problem, I pray a prayer for you. You see, when I say things like that, my heart is heavy. Because of how many of us have hurt people who helped us. You walked out. I pray a prayer for you. That may the curses and the tears of men and women who have labored over you and you treated like trash. Men and women who have labored over you and you abused and disrespected their unction. I pray that their tears and their weeping will not stand against you. Amen. What I'm saying is not what everybody will say. Because they are interested in keeping, in gathering people. You submit to this anointing as a son or daughter of the prophet. You submit to this grace. And you know you have issues with the man who had impacted you. This is an opportunity. Make a call. See him. Go down flat. Apologize. Tell him in the days of ignorance, God overlooked. He should overlook. He should overlook. That may be the reason why you are fasting and praying, nothing is working. Because of somebody who genuinely loved you that you hurt. Did God lead you to the person you are submitting to? Yes! But how did you live? You walked out of a ministry. You moved people. The flesh, you moved them. You put a signboard. You can run for 10 years. You can even do it for 15 years. But the longer you go, the heavier the disaster that awaits you. Well, I don't tell you things I don't do. I was in Lagos. I was a resident pastor when God told me to move. As I stepped out, the top people in church who were members, leaders, they used to call our church Millionaire Church because of the kind of caliber of people we have. It wasn't a big church, about 300-400, but quality. If you are looking for the latest cars, it's there. They came to me and they said, Pastor said you have left. Say yes. Say that's good. Do you know it's because of you we come for Bible study? Do you know it's because they will tell you things you want to hear? Do you know it's because of you we come for this? It's because of you we come for that? What anointing doesn't even have? We'll get you a hall. We'll buy all the instruments. We'll buy church buses. We'll buy everything. We'll move our friends. I said, have you finished? Say yes. I said, I refuse. I left where they were. Guess what I did? I broke my SIM. I got a new number. None of them had my number. This was 1998. I discovered some still traced me through a friend. I left Lagos entirely and stayed somewhere. And I did not start a work for 6 years. I was just preaching until God says time. And you know what that means? Nobody can break this ministry and succeed. Whether a branch, whether anywhere. I give you 3 years, I give you 4 years, I give you the kind of crisis that will hit you. Anyone who break away, except you left and you went to a different location. If you stayed in your last location of posting and you started the work, I'm not cursing you. My foundation is solid. My foundation is solid. I'm not cursing you. You will struggle. Fast. Go to Moses and let him be your mentor. Go to Abraham, let him be your new father. You will struggle. The way they will break your work. You know why? Because my foundation, I didn't do that to nobody. I didn't cause anybody pain when I had the opportunity. I didn't make a man cry. Let me shock you. 1 year after I left, the man who was my pastor then, I heard that he has relocated to America. They began to call me. Say, okay, now since you say you don't want to hurt him, he has left. Come. I said, so long I knew you there, I'm not coming. I didn't. 2000, when did Lagos work start? 2009. 2008. 2008, God spoke to me. He said, start up a work in Lagos. I called Dr. Fidelis. I said, you're going to go to Lagos. Raise some money. Say, take. Get a location. He got a location. He organized a program. He said, sir, we want you to give us a date so you come. I said, sure. I gave him a date. When I got to the location, I started laughing. He said, what? I went to a corner and I started weeping. It was the same location where that church was. Not the same hall, but the same environment. In fact, the house where the church was is like 8 to 10 buildings from the place he got the location. And I didn't tell him anything. He's not aware of what happened in Lagos. The Lord rewarded me later. And I said, who brought you here? He said, this is where the agent got a place. I said, why here? He said, this is where they got a place. This was 6 years later. That ministry had closed for over 5 years. And I told him the story. I said, I had an opportunity to hurt who was around here, but I walked away. 5 years later, God brought me back. He said, you have an unfinished assignment. That's why they are not struggling. He's doing well in Lagos. Many of you have hurt people. This ministry, do say anything about us, but you cannot talk against our foundation. Solid. It's not a product of a breakaway. Solid. Solid. Nobody's ministry was broken. We started from the scratch. In fact, there was a Sunday I said, let's open our mouth and begin to pray. People in the church were doing like this. I said, no. That's when I knew that they came from the other side. You didn't understand what I'm saying? I mean, they just read the line. And I said, no. I started teaching them. But sir, it was painful those years. Because I stayed in that ministry and was not paid the salary. They kept owing me. It was painful. But my pain will not move me to hurt someone. I want to say this to you. I have other things to say. Issues of health. Issues of family altars. Reasons why people don't live long. Pastors don't live long. But I feel led to stop here. So I can begin to ask you, ministers of God, to begin to ask the Lord for mercy. Any way I've unconsciously hurt any servant of God, it doesn't matter his capacity, and he's crying to God against me, Father, show me mercy. The ones I know, help me to correct it.